Hi, and welcome back to another part of our series of being transformed. I'm so glad you're joining me today. And we're just talking about another way that we can live a transformed life. And I believe there's something we can do every day to have a transformed life. And what it boils down to is really just having that abundant life that Jesus said he came to give us. And I think so many times we get distracted from that. We let the worries of this world kind of weigh down on us. We get distracted. We get depressed. We begin to doubt exactly what that abundant life is. And I think that when we start to get intentional about being transformed day by day, because that's what Jesus wants to do within us, then we can take those steps each day to become who he created us to be and have that abundant life, which that abundant life really means, not success and money and things, not that job that we want or that car that we want, or even that relationship that we want, not even the body that we want. Those aren't the things of true abundant life, but true abundant life are the greatest gifts that Jesus gives us. The joy that can't be destroyed in our circumstances, the peace that surpasses all understanding, just living a life of love and just having those great and wonderful gifts, the patience, the kindness, and just the fellowship with him and growing closer to him, just like the old hymn says, just a closer walk with him. And that really is the abundant life. And so that's why the next thing that is kind of on our list, not that I really have an official list, but our next thing that we're going to talk about today is prayer and how important that is to really living that transformed life. And I've worked on prayer for a long time. As a child, my prayer was the Lord's Prayer, and that was about it. I didn't really know more about prayer than that. And then as I grew older, grew closer to the Lord, just really learned more about engaging him in a conversation, because that really is what prayer is about, is being in conversation with God. And just like we go closer to our best friend or our spouse or our children, through conversation, through spending that time with them and talking with them and listening to them, the same is true for the Lord. And so prayer is our way to do that. And so it's just essential. And even though I've gotten better at it and I've grown, I'm pretty faithful, praying every day. Usually these little snapshot prayers, lifting people up, asking for healing or for people just to get who he is and his great love, for salvation, for people that do lose their jobs, lose their house, all the worldly things. But really what God is teaching me is to come to him more, to praise him, to pray back his scriptures. That's his word. And, so when it says, how great he is, just to pray that back to him. Lord, you're my rock, you're my shelter. Thank you. You're my salvation. Without you, I would be dead and going to hell. Just praying that back to him. Just really saying, so we're supposed to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Lord, renew my mind. Help me stay focused on you. Help me to live today the way that you want me to live today. Help me to glorify you today. Help me be closer to you today. I really don't know what to do in this situation. I don't have an answer for this problem or this situation that someone has brought me. So give me an answer for that, because you are all knowing and you know the answer. And so really prayer is essential for us to be transformed, if our goal is to be transformed to be like him, because we become more like people that we spend time with and time around. And so when we spend that time with the Lord, listening to him, and just really he is so faithful in speaking his truth to us, and through prayer, especially when we know how to gauge that with his word, and just transforming us from the inside, that he can fill us with his truth and his word and everything that we need to make today a little bit better, a little bit more abundant than yesterday through Him. So, while I would love to talk about prayer all day, I'm trying to keep these video vlogs short, and so we're already over 5 minutes, and maybe we'll talk about prayer again soon. But it's been fun. I would love for you to join me on my website. Very simple, Tracy without an E, Wainwright.com, or you can join me at momsforgod.blogspot.com or surrenderedliving.blogspot.com. God is so abundant, and He's just given me so much of Him to pour out, and I would just love to share that with you and have you share with me just what God is doing in your life. Thanks, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.